Hey, and welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. We are on episode 18.
That's super exciting. Woo! You made it this far.
Hey, we're 18. We're legal now.
We're legal to buy cigarettes and other things. It's been about time. You're watching Girl Chat Sports on Vegas Video Network. We are the very best in online sports broadcasting entirely by women for the female fan and anyone else who cares to listen to our voices.
Or look at our
Disclaimer, our opinions are our own this evening and not brought to you by the Vegas Video Network. That being said, we are Girl Chat Sports. I'm Jamie Collier. I'm one of the hosts here, and I'm a huge Michigan aficionado, and Melissa's already laughing at me. Give it away.
I'm Melissa Ferris, Husky alumni, Seahawks diehard, Bulls diehard, and I'm all about the Sonics coming back to Seattle, a.k.a. the Hornets.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, we got an exciting show for you tonight. We're going to talk some very controversial in the news situations. We're also going to
try not to kill each other.
Try not to kill each other. Again, any view, its opinions, blah, blah, blah. I feel like this show needs a disclaimer based on our topics. We're going to be covering Michael Jordan, your infamous. I feel like I just have to move that over. We're also going to be honoring mothers, sports mothers. Yeah, Mother's Day was this past weekend. And
you're a mother.
I'm a mom, but I don't consider myself a sports mom. So we're going to talk about some of our favorite athletes and the influence their moms have had in their lives, et cetera, and all of those things, as well as buns of baseball and some other juicy tidbits.
Buns of baseball.
We're feeling feisty.
Ooh.
Join us. All right, Melissa. What do you got to... we got to get this up.
My bright idea, because we didn't have a guest today, and I was like, well, what can we discuss? And the biggest topic that I've seen lately, what really sparked my interest was when Jordan made a comment about it.
But do you read like every Jordan headline?
I don't, but I get the ESPN, the Bleacher Report. I get all those notifications to my phone. And when Jordan started talking, I listen.
Holy Jordan.
It's the holy grail of Jordan.
Okay.
And he is like the majority owner of the Hornets, Charlotte Hornets, who were the Bobcats, who were the Hornets before that. However,
he's so handsome.
Basically, there's this, I don't know if you heard about the HB2 bill.
You don't know if I've heard about it.
I don't know. Have you? I know you've done some research now, right?
I have.
Yes.
Actually.
So the HB2 bill was passed in March. It basically is requiring that all transgender use the facility, the public restrooms that they were that they were born with. So if you're born a female, you have to use the female lavatory.
Okay. Which is, I'm assuming, is a very big upset in the transgender community.
It's difficult, yes, because some of those people have maybe gone through sex reassignment surgery, or maybe are just, they identify with a different sex.
So what's Michael Jordan's role in all of this?
Michael Jordan says he's given Charlotte 30 days to get it together.
Why did he do? There's a 2.
Or he's piecing out.
I know your Asian math is
piecing out.
Okay. I was like, seriously? No, 30 days. Okay.
Asians use yeah.
Okay. Let's round that one up to 30 days. Okay.
Yeah. So basically he's giving North Carolina 30 days, or he's saying, I'm going to take the team elsewhere.
Okay.
And I, for one, would love that to be Seattle.
Wait, are you on board with this because you want them to go to, because they are considering Austin and Seattle and some other things, right?
Yeah. I think it's more of a threat, because there's a lot of threats that are out there, but it's trying, he's using a platform to help try and bring, focus to not necessarily, just this law, or this bill, but how it's going to be affecting everything. And it's not just Michael Jordan. I mean, the NBA All-Star Weekend next year is supposed to be in Charlotte. They're reconsidering that currently. NCAA has a couple finals, or some of their Final Four and Elite Eight kind of games are played through North Carolina and Charlotte. Those are being reconsidered. Different companies have been pulling some of their staff,
like
and
Facebook
business.
and Apple and all these different
PayPal
things.
is a big one. Yeah. So it's affecting a lot of people.
So I'm probably going to take the Elizabeth Hasselbeck conversation on all of this, and
we know how much I love Alyssa Hasselbeck.
I'm going to be. I even dressed like her today with Khloe Kardashian hair, to show how much I support the NBA as much as Khloe Kardashian does. Or Anne Margaret, whatever. Anyway, so I did a little research. I did a little research on your HB2, and I don't know.
Not mine. It would be the North Carolina.
And I actually
have
a copy of the bill with me, and I read through it thoroughly this afternoon. And here is some of my thoughts. And as they are sports related, because this is not a political show, and we're not political analysts. But so I'm reading through the article on Michael Jordan, and his statement was, I will not stand for this type of intolerance or hate. My first thought went to, okay, we've had separate bathrooms since like the beginning of separate bathrooms. Somebody put that in writing, and now we're haters. That's my first thought. My second thought was, how does this affect as a sports franchise, right? How does this affect how X amount of jobs of people, employees that are employed by the stadium, fans, revenue, that kind of a thing? And why could an alternative not have been, we support this, we are going to create bathrooms specifically, like different schools are creating bathrooms specifically for the transgender community? That would be my first, as opposed to we have to boycott the entire state of North Carolina. My third thought is, at what point does politics become money? I mean, we all know that politics is money, but look, at what point do we say, hey, we're going to give you an ultimatum, politicians who we voted into office, who passed this law 8623 or something like that with revisions? At what point does a political, where does that end as far as, sports and such?
Well, I think we all know that sports bring money. Money pays politics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even we'll get to this later on, but we've got Raiders in Vegas. I mean, that's another money, political sport. I mean, it's all kind of hand in hand at some point. My thing with this one necessarily is I'm if you're going to get mad at Michael Jordan for taking a stance regarding this bill, then you can get mad at Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen for taking a stance about gay and lesbian marriage.
Affect hundreds of thousands of people's jobs?
I think they brought it to people's attention. But here's the deal, is that what people don't understand is that this bill also includes a lot of descriptions and a lot of laws in regards to discrimination in the workplace. And a lot of these people that are employed there won't be able to file grievances or be able to file lawsuits with the state under discrimination because of some of the things that are in the bill.
And my kind of stance is where does that stop? If somebody who has enough power and enough money stands up and says, "Oh, I demand you do this," or I'm taking X amount of jobs and X amount of revenue elsewhere. If I were that politician, I'd be like, nope, that's like negotiating with a terrorist. I would be like, no, we made our decision, we passed this, you voted us into office, it's done. Whether you like it or not, move out of North Carolina, and which he has every right to do as the owner of this team.
Right.
But my whole issue with that is taking into consideration all of the people employed. Obviously, that doesn't affect the athletes and the coaches. They'd go wherever they go. But the actual employees who, are working
who
the
could be transgender
stands,
and could now be forced to use the wrong bathroom.
But again, at that particular stadium, why not make a positive change and say, we accept you, we embrace you, here are specific bathrooms for you.
But do you see how and that's like saying back in segregation times, well, here's a separate bathroom just for color. I mean, it's what I'm saying. You're making it a separate bathroom for people when really they can still be using it. The issue at hand that people are facing, which I understand the school issue. I understand that being a problem within public schools, especially for children. But when it comes to adults in an adult facility, you've got people that are at these stadiums drunk already going into the wrong bathroom. So I don't think
I've done that before, but not drunk. It was in an airport.
So I don't think it's really that concerning for sports fans to be like, oh my gosh, you're in the wrong bathroom. But it's really concerning for those, I think, even for women or men and vice versa, when you've got someone that's taken the identity, has taken their identity to a whole different level to where they look completely like the other race or the other sex, and they're walking into a facility.
My question is, how would anyone know if you have gone through? I mean, this is probably something we need to discuss off air, and I don't know all the details, and I'm aware of that. But if this is something that's such a big issue, how would anybody?
That was
if you are a woman, how would you know? Does everybody run around with their birth certificates all of a sudden and say, look, I got my birth certificate with me?
One of the is
there like a hall pass so they can stand at the bathroom and check your birth certificate before you walk in?
They had a meme that was literally this girl looking underneath a stall like, I'm just trying to see what sex you are. Like,
who does that? Who does that?
So I don't think it's really something I think you really have to be out towards to get somebody in trouble for this kind of thing. But I think the fact is that, everybody has concerns, and that and everybody has the right to have these concerns. I don't think there's
of course. And as the owner, I do say, as the owner of the Hornets, Michael Jordan has any right to move them wherever he wants to or whatever. I don't know all the legalities to that, right. But my biggest concern is where does that stop? And it's not against the transgender community, because I firmly believe that we should all treat everyone as they treat us, with respect and love. However, a politician putting into writing something that we've kind of already been doing for X amount of years and not being accommodating, yes, I think. But we have to remember North Carolina is kind of the Bible Belt. I actually got a nasty call from some girl in North Carolina wondering why I was texting her boyfriend the other day. Woke me up at 5 a.m. I was like, bitch, please, I've known him 15 years. Who are you? So North Carolina people might be a little crazy, or maybe I date the wrong guys. Whatever. The point is that, we have to kind of consider that whole, I don't know. But if they did go to Seattle
or anywhere else, I mean, I'm not that I'm against North Carolina having the team, but I think it is, I think in the long run, like it could cost North Carolina a great amount of money. I mean, you've got the All-Star game, which we know Vegas has had the All-Star game here. It brings in so much revenue.
But is it up to Michael Jordan, or is this something that the team gets to decide? Like, where they have a voice in it? Do the employees have a voice? Or does one person wake up and say, I don't like this?
Well, here's the deal. The employees, as far as the stadium goes, will most likely still have jobs. They'll be able to have other events at the stadium. It's just like our arena here. Multiple venues or multiple, facets are in the venue. I don't think it'll be an issue for the employees necessarily, except for if you actually are working for the Hornets. Yeah. And hey, maybe if so, then you start looking for a position in Seattle.
Oh my God.
There's Craigslist for housing. I have Airbnb my house up there for you guys.
Oh my gosh. I love how you just like put a really rosy spin. Obviously, we're not politicians. This is not a political show. So we try to not to, as it relates to our sports. And you and I were talking right before the show about Caitlyn Jenner as it pertains to this transgender community.
Well, she's taken a huge stance on
being more welcoming and understanding and raising our children to be more, be more aware and non-discriminatory, which I think is huge. But my thing with Caitlyn Jenner, really? Ronda Rousey? That's what I was laughing about.
This was
not the Caitlyn Jenner being a woman thing at all. Go you, Caitlyn. You do you be you. But I would pay money to see you fight Ronda Rousey and get your ass kicked.
I don't know if I want to see her in little skinny.
I know that
she's so
as
tall
Bruce,
and thin.
She was an Olympian.
She's very
But you listen, 60-plus-year-old bones crack like that, man. You can't do a rear naked choke.
60.
It does. Yeah. Nobody's going to do a guillotine on Caitlyn. I mean,
although there were talks about her doing like a naked photo shoot with the medals that Bruce won, which I think is
no. If you're putting that past life behind you, it's behind you, girl.
It can't be your medals. You could say I'm posing with Bruce's medals.
Yeah, that's behind you, girl. Own it. Own what you got right now.
Own what you
But
can.
really, Ronda Rousey, that says two things to me. One, either Ronda Rousey has fallen since her Holly Holmes fight so bad that she has to fight Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
And I forgot the second point because the first one was so good.
Because that honey jack is so good.
It's so good. Listen, I tried it last week. It's delicious. Thank you, Producer Scott.
Can we pause for Producer Scott's ice machine?
We can. I hope.
Because the ice in my drink right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Finally. Good gravy.
Yes.
You have to basically turn the lights on in here. No, just kidding. I love him. Yeah, I would not want to see Caitlyn Jenner, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm good. So beyond Caitlyn Jenner.
So speaking of sports teams going to other cities, maybe we'll get one.
So we've talked about the Raiders coming to Vegas before, and it's happened on a few times.
Oh, he's handsome.
That's Mark Davis. He's the owner. You're out for
I'm sorry. I gotta
you
stop.
like those bangs?
Who put a bowl on his head and cut around that? That's what people do.
Yeah, that
called the
Cool
bowl cut.
Whip. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So
my mom did that to my little brother.
That would be, or that would be like me when I hid behind the couch to cut my bangs for the first time in myself.
You're like 7.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Shout out to Mark Davis's barber.
Not a shout out. You're fired.
You may need a different job choice.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Go ahead.
So we discussed the Raiders coming to Las Vegas, and it's been kind of a skeptical thing. I mean, it's like, are we getting a hockey team? We're still, that's still in decisions. I think it's supposed to happen this summer, supposedly. But the Raiders have been like, well, it depends. It depends on if San Diego gets a new stadium for them. We all know that there was the new stadium that's getting built in LA that they could also join in on, where your Rams are going. Obviously.
I know, my LA Rams. Yeah.
But it seems like, so he was actually, Mark Davis was here meeting with Mayor Goodman. We
gotta
love Mayor
her.
Goodman.
Yeah, we gotta love her.
We gotta love her. Women power.
She's always like, yes, we're gonna do it for the city. And we're like, you go, Carolyn Goodman. You go. You go, girl.
We love you.
We're gonna wear pink on Wednesdays.
Also in the meeting was David Beckham, because they want to do like a soccer facility and have soccer events there as well.
He has great hair.
He has great everything.
Sorry to distract you. I don't even want to see this guy from the neck down.
No. So basically, had a meeting. Mark Davis says he's going to put up $500 million of his own, $500 million to help invest in this stadium. It's going to take like $1.4 billion. Yeah.
Isn't that stadium been in the works for a couple of years?
Well,
and there's like some partial situations.
There's a whole bunch of things. And basically what Mayor Goodman has said is that they basically will come as long as Nevada handles this properly. So basically it's on Nevada to brace for this, and they have to pass like some kind of tax, or it's gonna be like $720 million.
All right, let me give you my soapbox on Nevada.
Ooh.
And as it relates to sports and other things. I go back to what happened with Solar City a couple months ago, where Nevada's like, yes, Tesla, yes, Solar City, yes, Hyperloop, yes, this. We want to be progressive and we want to be this and that. And then it was like, actually, we don't love Solar City. Nevada Energy owns that. My concern is that Nevada seems like a very welcoming state because of our tax laws and different things like that for businesses. But I would be very curious to see how this all plays out as far as the state of Nevada goes.
Right. Well, and that's
taxation.
And it sounds like that's where it's
like,
laying
it's like, yeah, we'll give you whatever. Come on.
I think what they're trying to say is like, it's not going to be like, oh, hey, the Raiders are playing with us like a little cat. Like, hey, look at here. You want to come? Want us to come there and then pull it away? No, like the Raiders, like, no, we want to come.
Because have you seen Oakland?
They have no room for a new stadium. Period.
Listen, I have a theory about Oakland Raiders fans.
Unless it's floating in Lake Merritt, I don't know where else you could fit.
I have never seen an Oakland Raiders sticker on a nice car. Not once.
And just so you know, if you come to Las Vegas, you can find Jamie.
I'm sorry. I know what you got to drive through to go watch a freaking football game, but seriously, they're all like,
fans aren't exactly.
They don't have money.
I wouldn't say money.
Listen, no, I stand by that. I stand by my choice. Every time I'm behind an Oakland Raiders fan, it's a crappy car. It's like a 1992 Honda Accord with one of the tires falling off every time. At some point in my life, I will see a nice Oakland Raiders car, maybe in Vegas, and I will take a picture for you. But until then, I have like a whole collage of pictures of Oakland Raiders cars.
I would like to see this collage.
It's in my head. I'm going to start taking pictures.
I'm going to call you on your bluff.
Okay. It's going to be called orstickers.com. It's a new website. No, I'm telling you.
I'm just
That's
saying.
my impression of Oakland Raiders fans. And plus, they've had a couple really crappy years, so maybe a move to Vegas
last year was better.
Last year. But the year before that, did they win a single game?
No.
Or one or two?
Yes.
Like two.
So the other thing with the Raiders that they actually had signed the 1-year lease in Oakland still, which has like another 1 or 2 year option. So it gives us time to build a stadium before they come. But they still actually have the option to relocate to LA if they to LA should the Chargers not decide.
Now again,
to take up the deal.
who are making these decisions? I'm assuming it's like a board or different.
Well, it's mainly the owners,
and just saying like, hey, it makes
the players are going to get paid no matter where they
show up.
I mean, they get traded every year anyway.
They're probably like, yeah, Oakland, Vegas, Oakland, Vegas.
I mean,
their commute's got to be so much better.
It's going to be a sucky time for spring or summer training when it's pool season.
Hello, literally just right now working on my tan. Oh my goodness. What are your thoughts? Like, would you want to see an NFL team here?
I definitely do.
Well, we know you, but
I definitely.
But the
do.
Raiders, would you become like?
I could care less if it was the Raiders, the Rams,
because you know everybody they play,
if it was the 49ers,
all the home games,
or the Cowboys.
Mark this down, ladies and gentlemen.
I would want a team here because I will be at every game wearing my Seahawks gear and talking shit to everybody.
Okay, we're never going to have a weekend show ever again. Ever. We lost Melissa.
So I'm in favor. Here's one thing coming from Seattle, and because you lived there for a while, and I know you live in other places like Toledo that has all the sports in the world.
Toledo Rockets.
I miss sports. I miss live sports.
Oh, yeah.
I miss the Mariners.
There's always something going on.
I miss the Seahawks. Yeah. I miss my Huskies. I miss even the Thunderbirds that were like a Division II grade AAA hockey team. The Storm. I mean, any live sport.
What do we have here? The 51.
We have the UNLV basketball team. In the 51s.
We had like an
Arena Football League.
The Outlaws or something.
Outlaws. And before that, it was the Wranglers or something, which now are in Cleveland, I think, doing well.
Oh,
yeah. So, and hopefully hockey. I'd be a diehard hockey fan for our team.
You are a Blackhawks fan, right?
I am currently a Blackhawks fan, but if we got a hockey team, I could easily be a Las Vegas, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, okay.
Fan. So.
Yes, live sports in Las Vegas. Like we have the ability to go down and bet on all sorts of sports, but we don't. We have to watch them on TV, except for UFC, which is kind of impossible to get into. Let's be honest. But other than that, yeah, we don't really have any. I mean, I've been to like probably 10 51s games. I always go on dollar beer night on Thursdays when they have dollar beer night. I don't drink a whole lot of beer anymore now that I've lost a bunch of weight, but all that gluten. But dollar beer night with those rednecks, woo, it's a good time.
Gotta love rednecks in Las Vegas, especially on the corners of Washington and Las Vegas Boulevard. Woo! That brings out the crowd, boy.
Go to Cashman Center on a Thursday night, trying to pull out of there after $6 beers.
Quick little chime in from our viewers that are watching in the chat room. There's someone, Danny, of course, wants a racetrack.
Oh, of course, Danny. Danny Eckerman was actually on our show last week talking all things thoroughbreds.
I think this would be a great place for a racetrack, except for I don't know how the horses will be able to handle the heat.
Listen, I run into way too many short guys at the clubs anyway. We don't need those jockeys running around. Nope.
You think you have a problem with short
I like to run into some NFL players at the club. What? Hello, Aaron.
Are you still at the club? Is that what we're talking about?
I haven't been to a club in like 2 years.
She got her honey jack in her system. She got like a sip of honey jack.
Holla, this show just became very weird. What else do we have going on?
Mother's Day was this past weekend. Did you have a good?
I did. My sister came in town and took me clothes shopping. That was really sweet.
What?
So I tried on a bikini for the first time in 6 years. Ooh. But yeah, we have to talk about the sports moms because next week we actually have Erica Wilson, who her son plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Alan Hearns, and she's actually started a foundation for single moms. As a single mom who raised 2 sons, one of them is
excelling in sports.
Yes, they're both doing really well, and so we're going to have her on the show via Skype next week. But we wanted to honor some of the moms that have made a difference because let's be honest, where would some of these athletes be without their mom driving them in the minivan? You know, like there's a lot. We had your
fighting coaches for them. I don't know.
Exactly. Like they've been there. Like they have to drive them to practice as early as, middle school, elementary.
When Tasha was here.
So there's a lot that goes into supporting your kids unconditionally to where they are today. And I think that a lot of that recognition we kind of overlook, if that makes sense. So we would like to take a minute or two.
Well, in honor of you. It's like your second family, right?
It's like my second
For all those
family.
that don't know, this is the Habro family.
Oh my God.
Pre-Michigan.
Pre-Michigan. This is probably when the 49ers played the Baltimore Ravens in the Blackout Super Bowl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course. So we've got Earl Thomas's mom, Mama Lynch. Of course, Marshawn Lynch's mother.
My good friend knows Mama Lynch personally.
And Richard Sherman's mother. And just as we pause here for a second, this is his mom.
That's his mom, not his wife?
No, that's Steph Curry's mother.
Okay, I can see where he gets his good looks. Does she have any more sons? Call me.
But does she not? I mean, she could be his wife almost, which his wife is, Ayesha Curry is beautiful.
Yeah, she's amazing.
But his mom is like, talk about MILF, right? And not that I'm the MILF type, but good Lord.
Not that you're the MILF type. But you do go to strip clubs in Atlanta. Okay.
But I do go to strip clubs in Atlanta. So anyways, and of course, on our subject, I know.
I don't hate Michael Jordan. I just think he's wrong.
Well, I love him, and I love his family. And both of his parents are now gone, too. But
oh, my gosh.
Little surprise! Hey!
This is so embarrassing.
Jamie and her mom, and then her daughter.
So, yes. Okay, I'm blushing 10 times right now because I did not act.
Sporting one of her 2 Michigan shirts.
I have a hoodie now. Somebody else gave me a hoodie. It's like 2XL. Anyway, yeah, we went to, forget it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say right quick that we took my daughter for her 8th birthday to Legoland. That was her dream. And of course, I was wearing my Michigan with Girl Chat Sports on the back. And super comfy.
And for us too, our mom and my mom Doreen, she was here last 2 weeks ago and had a couple cameos, whether known or not known.
Her and her Tennessee Jack.
Right. And this
Honey
is my
Jack.
brother as well. Ooh. And so we just not only are athletic moms ones that we want to give thanks to, but also just your moms that all support your own dreams. I mean, everybody wants to support you.
You can make me cry. Like I was all like, I just want to say to my own mom, you raised 8 kids, and okay, none of us are athletes. We're all kind of like
birthday kids. Good
birthday kids. I wasn't part of that, but I said get a TV. But anyway, thank you, Mom, for encouraging us to follow our dreams, even though it hasn't been easy. And I'm not going to get emotional. That's the Honey Jack talking. But as a mom, as a single mom, and my daughter's not super into sports, and we talked about this. She's kind of arty, but.
Which is okay too. You have to foster that as well.
Just encouraging your children to pursue their dreams. And I don't think any of these NFL moms or whatever woke up when they had a baby and said, I want my kid to coach for the NFL. It's just the natural progression of supporting your child into what they become and the countless hours driving them to and from practice or helping them apply to colleges that they like or all of those things that go into, just them becoming the best person possible.
And also because when we interviewed the twins, the Gonzalez twins, and their mom, Angie, my God, she is amazing.
We hope to have her on the show soon.
And we hope one day to have her on the show soon, too. We actually wanted her last week, but no, she had a conflict. But, she was an athletic. Mm-hmm. She was an athlete, and she was in athletics. And I don't think she said, hey, you girls have to do this. They talked about how many different sports they had played, and even now the different things they like to do, singing, modeling, anime. None of those were pushed on them. It's all things and just fostering what they love and then letting them excel in what they do.
And even talking to Tasha a few weeks ago and her saying, look, it's tough. I'm a single mom, but my ex and I, we work things out and we take kids to practice, and our kids are our priority. And just, so many countless mamas. And we're going to talk to Erica Wilson next week about, and, even single moms. And I'm not trying to put all the emphasis on single moms because married mamas have just a lot of it, but just encouraging your kids to follow their dreams and to become these incredible athletes that they are, or musicians or artists or all of them. Kids. So that gets me a little, sentimental because my kid is very important to me.
Well, and as she should be. Good for you. And to get off that subject of emotional, we're about to head down a roller coaster here. Mr. Danny said, what's a strip club? So,
well, Mr. Danny, if you don't know, we're not going to tell you. But I have a feeling you know.
I have a feeling he knows, too.
Oops, I'm kicking you.
Yeah, so thank you again to all the mothers out there, including my mother, including your mother. We really appreciate all that you've ever done for us, all that you'll continue to do. And if we can speak for all the athletes or all the kids out there, period, having a parent or anyone involved, and not just moms, like we wanted to make sure I had posted something on our webpage, was that it's not just moms, it's stepmoms, it's adoptive moms, it's foster
anybody
moms,
who
it's aunts,
fills
grandmothers,
that role,
whoever filled that role to help provide for you in that way, cousins, anyone. We just really appreciate it.
Because we just pour into our kids. And it's not against dads, it's just moms have that special role, and they just...
And for mamas.
And your mama, too. I've met your mama. She's like, 5'0", Spitfire. I don't know how tall she is, but she's like a Spitfire.
She's 5'5".
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. But she, just the fact that she encouraged you in sports. I never watched sports except for maybe some Tigers baseball, but...
Yeah. I will say this. My dad did force me to do karate, and I had to do it until one belt. I didn't like it, but I had to do it.
The lowest belt?
Yeah. I got it. It
was like a rainbow colored belt.
I got a white belt with like 3 orange stripes and was like, I'm done.
Here's your participation award.
Yeah, he would have not gone for that.
I never heard that story. Oh my gosh. Okay, from moms to buns, we switch gears.
Yeah, moms that love buns.
Moms that love buns.
Because every mom got to love a good bun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's transitioning into buns of baseball. First up, we've got Mike Trout from the Angels.
He looks scared.
Well, he was swinging, of course, and looks a little scared, but he does have a nice little tush.
I don't even see any panty lines.
Good job. No jockstrap lines.
Okay.
That's perfect. Next, Jackie Bradley Jr. He has a nice little rump back there from the Red Sox.
Oh. Can't see. As a mom, all I can think about is how do we get that grass stain out of those white pants? That's the mom in me. I don't want that job.
Okay. And then a little TBT action to Mr. Frank, the Big Hurt Thomas.
Holla.
Yeah.
And that's when baseball pants were
tight. And may I
just
add that not only did he have a nice butt, but he also had great arms. Probably arms prior to steroids or after steroids.
I mean, look at his little dimple.
Aww.
We like everything about him.
Little buns of baseball.
Buns of baseball.
So we have a couple exciting things coming up. As of tomorrow, I will be starting a Melissa's 1 minute sports rundown. So Melissa's Sport Minute. Sorry. Got all excited about it. Where I'm just going to kind of run down like things that are happening in sports that day for a quick minute, and that'll be it. It'll be posted to our website.
Just in case we don't get to all of it during the show.
It's hard to get to it on the show. And I know it's hard for me because I love so many different things about sports, and my phone goes off all the time about it. So yes. And I also, I know you're going to start doing a couple pieces as well.
Of course, yeah. Melissa's our sports aficionado, and I'm kind of the girl who says, hey, let me explain it to the girls who are just getting started. So I'm going to do a little segment probably 3 or 4 times a week to help girls get into sports. But also, if you have any questions, email Melissa@girlchatsports.com.
Yes.
Email your questions. We're going to answer them throughout the show next week and going forward. So be sure and email
any
us.
questions or comments, any questions for Jamie.
Topics
if
to
you want to know
include.
the kind of honey jacket is, how much per shot per ice ratio, or if you just have like topic ideas that you want us to discuss or cover, we would love to hear from you. So Melissa@girlchatsports.com.
Yep. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, girlchatsports.com. Check out our interview with the Gonzalez twins.
Yes.
It's on girlchatsports.com/twins.
And real quick, one more second.
one
Sorry.
more thing.
On Saturday, I'm actually going to be a guest on a podcast out of St. Louis. It's called
fun.
In the Zone Show. They are in the zone radio.podomatic.com. So I'll be on there for about 15 minutes.
And if you forget that, go to girlchatsports.com/podcast and you can find the link there.
Yes. And we may not have balls, but we know how to cover them.